All right. So this project is the culmination of 5 years, well, more than 5 years. It's the culmination really of a decade of hard work by a lot of people. You know, the library moved into this building in 1978. We took it over as owners in 2005, I think, and here it is 2016, where we're actually able to start renovating the interior of this beautiful, historically significant building in Kingston.
So the nice factor was, a few years ago we were given a gift from a Kingston resident named Irene Snyder that really became the seed money for renovating the children's library. And what we found out in the process, in addition to being able to develop this library, is that she worked not only in this building but in this room, and was a very key player in our community. So to be able to have her name added to the children's room is a big deal. And also the layout of the room is very significant. In the back of the room, by the books, we have names of our local Catskill Mountains. And behind me, you'll actually see the lighthouse and a boat. And we're actually, the Hudson River is a part of the carpeting. We have Hudson River feeds into a beach, which feeds into the field. So we're literally developing the valley and Kingston here in the space that we call our children's room. And we also have a nice reading area, and it's very spacious and open, so we can accommodate our children's collection of books, a place to read, a place to cuddle and read with an adult, our computers, as well as a play space. So we've really incorporated a lot of what our children need in the children's library.
So, do you want to say anything else? Do you want to?
Let's turn it over.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna let Steve Noble, our mayor, say a few words. You know, we've been so wonderfully supported by the city and the residents of Kingston. And Steve, as our representative.
Well, thank you. This is such a great turnout to kind of just show everyone, if you didn't know it already, how vital this library is to Kingston and how important this library is to Midtown. I've literally been coming here my entire life and have gotten to see the library change and grow. But the one thing that the library has always been a place for the community to meet and come together and to learn. And I don't think there is really any better gift to the community than this room, and to be able to see the future plans unfold for the library. And I know that with a 5-year-old myself, not only did we visit the library a lot before, I can tell already that he absolutely loves it. And I already, know the fact that that boat over there is going to be his favorite thing. And of course, the nature theme that kind of runs throughout, I think, is really symbolic of how much we are truly connected to the natural world around us too, which we want all of our youth to be able to remember and connect with even here. So thank you again. You guys did a fantastic job.
We'd like to have Jennifer Schwartz-Berkey, who is one of our City of Kingston County legislators, have a few moments. So the library's been a big part of my life since I came to Kingston for many reasons. One, my stepfather was a trustee for several years, and when he passed away, we created a scholarship in his honor that goes through the library. And Isabel, who grew up here, is one of the awardees this year. So we're so grateful to the library for raising our children. Also, the BARD program is something that I worked very closely with Margie on to make sure that the library was meeting its strategic goals of really helping to educate people of all means in the community. And so we hope that program continues for a long time. And now that I sit on the legislature and I'm on the government affairs legislative programs. We just call it legislative programs.
Legislative programs, arts education, and community affairs. We are providing operating support to the library, and we're very glad to be able to do that. And David Donaldson, who was not able to be here today, wanted to send his regards. He had conflict, but he has been on that committee for a very long time and a big supporter of the library. So also I was asked, switching hats, to read a proclamation from County Executive Mike Hine,
It's a certificate of appreciation to the Kingston Library in recognition of the dedication and grand opening of the Irene Snyder Memorial Children's Room at the Kingston Library. Your commitment and dedication to the community is truly appreciated. Together we strive to make Ulster County the best place to live, work, and raise a family. Thank you. Oh, let's open it. Thank you. So now we'd like to introduce Kevin Cahill, a longtime library supporter, a very good friend of Kingston Library, and our state assemblyman.
Thank you, Marcy. What a wonderful problem I had coming here tonight. There was no place to park. That's not the only time I've come here when there's no place to park. When we do our summer reading program in the next room over, there's no place to park. Oftentimes I'm late for my own program, and it's so good to see some of the faces I see for the summer reading program. Margie, Stephanie, and of course Clark, who's videotaping right now. Well, it's not videotape anymore, I'm showing my age, but he's recording it somehow or another, I think on his phone. But Clark also helps us with the reading program every year by recording all the kids who get their certificates and then editing it so that it makes an hour-long program to go on cable access. And by the way, that's the most important reason these kids come to the summer reading program, is to see themselves on TV. That's why they come, but that's not what they know when they leave. When they leave with a book that Stephanie and I get together. We kind of curate them, and the library provides them, and every kid leaves with a new book. They leave with a goodie bag and a certificate. They leave with a lot, but mostly they leave with a good memory of this place and a knowledge to come back here over and over again. It's how a lot of kids spend their summer. This room has been a terrific part of my children's life and now their children's life. They spend their time here, even though Katie lives a couple blocks from another library. She still shows up here at a pretty regular basis. The children's library has always been an important part of our community. It is the first library I went to. It was on Broadway at the time. It's also the first place I ever got a Rolling Stones album. Believe it or not, when the children's library used to be downstairs in the regular library, and that's also where the record room was. So I was able to borrow, I think it was Sticky Fingers. I'm not sure. But it was a Rolling Stones album. I remember that much. Beggar's Banquet, that's what it was. Yeah, and it's also the first place I stuck my face on a Xerox machine and took a picture of it. But that Xerox machine made negatives, so if you wanted a regular picture, you had to spend a dime. It was a nickel each time. You had to take the negative and put it on top. A lot has changed. A lot has changed. And the library keeps up with it, and today is proof of that once again. You know, this place, many of us, especially the older of us here, when we think of a library, we think of books, and that's important to think of books, but that has just one little part to do with what people use their library for today. It has become the community center, and having it here in the middle of this neighborhood, my old paper route, big dog, monkey across the street, big dog over on Furnace Street. I could name all the dogs in this neighborhood. But having it right here in this neighborhood and being so accessible to the kids who can come here on foot and not worry whether there's not enough parking is terrific. This room, the bequest, the donation that made this room possible is proof that our community is committed to this place, and the fact that you're all here is also proof of that. Thank you and welcome to the library. See you again here soon. Don't take the Beggar's Banquet album. I want it.
Can I ask first? I know we have children here, but I also see children outside. Yes. Are there 2 children from outside that we can ask to come in to help us with our ribbon?
Yes. We're also going to christen our boat. So what we're going to do, we're going to open the children's picture book area, and then we have Tristan, who's going to help us christen that new favorite.
2, 3.
Look over this way, Lizzie. Look right on. Okay, ready? Go on up. Go on up.
2,